Welcome to the Solax Instructional Installation video series. We will guide you through the installation and commissioning of Solax XRSD solution. We will provide detailed step-by-step introductions to ensure the successful installation and commissioning of Solax XRSD solution. If you want to know more details about the Solax XRSD, please scan the QR code or refer to the address. Avoid installing during bad weather conditions and ensure compliance with local safety codes during the installation process. The Solax Rapid Shutdown system consists of XRSD and XRSD Core Kit, where XRSD is divided into XRSD 1C and XRSD 2C. The XRSD Core Kit consists of a power supply, transmitter. Installation personnel must wear safety gear in order to avoid electrical shock and personal injury. Please prepare the listed tools in advance: hammer drill, multimeter, marker, spirit level, hole saw, cross screwdriver, flathead screwdriver and utility knife. Besides, you are suggested to prepare power cables, PV cable, and waterproof plugs. Let's briefly go over what comes in the packaging of the XRSD. The main accessories of the core kit contain an AC power supply, transmitter, pipe strap, Solax pocket, some screw parts, etc. Now, let's have a look at the physical appearance and dimensions of XRSD and XRSD Core Kit. Now, let's get started with the installation of the XRSD. Before installation, please make sure the PV system and transmitter power supply are turned off. First, install the XRSD 1C on the frame of the PV module with mounting brackets. Then, connect the rapid shutdown input with the module. Repeat this process for each XRSD. When using XRSD 2C, each XRSD is connected to two photovoltaic panels. Measure the output voltage. The output voltage should be 0.2 to 1.5 volt. Next, connect the outputs of two adjacent XRSDs together until all the devices are connected to each other. Now, all the XRSDs are successfully connected. To disconnect the RSD, disconnect the output port of the XRSD from the XRSD string, and then disconnect the input cable connected to the PV module. Then, let's move to the installation of the XRSD Core Kit. Mark the position of the holes on the kit according to the figure supported by Solax. Drill holes on both sides of the enclosure to ensure proper installation. Remember to cut off the surface of the holes by knife. Afterwards, install the waterproof plugs to ensure the safety and protection of the box. Here is the comprehensive interface diagram of the XRSD Core Kit, which can serve as a helpful reference after drilling the hole. Now, securely attach the mounting lugs with oval head screws at the four corners of the box. Ensure that the mounting lugs are firmly fastened in place. Next, use screws to securely attach the DIN rail to the back of the enclosure. It is important to install the rails in the second row of holes. Installing them too high can make wiring the power supply challenging, while placing them too low may obstruct the passage of wires through the holes. First, fix a clamp at the left ends of the rail, and use a 1 screwdriver to cock the edge of the clamp and snap it into the rail slot. Next, mount the AC power supply and the transmitter. The transmitter sends a keep alive signal to the XRSD terminal. Afterwards, fix a clamp at the right ends of the rail. The power supply can convert the grid into the low voltage needed to power the transmitter. Insert the cores into the bottom of the transmitter. If there is only one core to be connected, prioritize the connection of core 1. The number of the cores required depends on the number of strings passing through them. After completing all the steps, the actual installation is shown in the image. Connect the power cables from emergency stop switch to the power supply. Connect the cables from emergency stop switch to the 12V GND port of the transmitter. Mark the installation location according to local regulations. Then mount the box on the wall with M6 screws. If the length of the PV cables on both sides is not enough to connect the core kit, please extend the cables. Thread the PV cables into the pipe, then the M12 waterproof plug on one side of the box, the core inside the box, and the 2 waterproof plugs on the other side through the box. The magnetic ring can only be connected to the positive and negative poles of the PV cable at the same time. Then make the PV cable connectors before connecting to the inverter. Finally, insert the L and N powers into the bottom of the AC power supply, thus connecting the core kit to the grid. Then run the wires through the box to the inverter. The whole XRSD system is shown in the image. Finally, before turning the transmitter on, make sure that the DC circuit has been properly connected to the inverter. To disconnect the XRSD, disconnect the output port of the XRSD from the XRSD string, and then disconnect the input cable connected to the PV module.